What's going on? It's time for the starts and sits for Week 6 Fantasy Football here, brought to you by Climb the Pocket. We've got a winner of the signed Deontay Johnson football, and that winner is Vincent Gonzalez over on Twitter at VinnyGLou. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. We've got another giveaway going on Sunday Night Football, October 24th. We're giving away a signed Deebo Samuel jersey, your current wide receiver 4 during the game. Head over to my Twitter at Steve_CTP for more details on how to enter. Now on to Week 6. Here is our success rate with our starts and sits through Week 5, and we'll be continuing to monitor our hits and misses throughout the season. Now, let's get into the starts at quarterback. Our must-start quarterbacks for Week 6 are Matthew Stafford, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, and Teddy Bridgewater. And our under-the-radar quarterback for Week 6 is Carson Wentz versus Houston. Carson Wentz was not bad at all on Monday night against a respectable Ravens defense, throwing for over 400 yards and adding 2 touchdowns. For the bad reputation that Wentz gets around the league for being injured and underperforming often, he hasn't been bad this season. Certainly not a world beater at the position, but with bye weeks here and here to stay for the coming weeks, he's not a bad replacement option for a spot start. Going against Houston, roll the dice on the Indy signal caller. Our must-sit quarterbacks for Week 6 are Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, Taylor Heineke, Mac Jones, Justin Fields. And our beware of the bust quarterback for Week 6 is Ben Roethlisberger versus Seattle. Besides keeping wide receiver Deontay Johnson very fantasy relevant, Big Ben has been very bad this year. He's only thrown 2 touchdowns one time this year and has already logged 4 interceptions through 5 games. The team must have meant it when they said they wanted to run the ball more this year, as rookie Najee Harris is thriving, but Big Ben and the passing attack are being exposed. Add to the fact that Juju Smith-Schuster is now out for the season, the likelihood of an above-average fantasy day for Ben are minuscule. Even against Seattle, confidence is low, even for a spot start. Now on to the running back position. Our must-start running backs for Week 6 are James Robinson, Zach Moss, Javonte Williams, Damian Williams, Darrell Henderson. And our under-the-radar running back for Week 6 is Leonard Fournette at Philadelphia. Through 5 weeks, Leonard Fournette is the lead back in Tampa. He has outsnapped primary third down back Gio Bernard by nearly 3 times, and once sought-out starter Ronald Jones by more than 3 times. Fournette is going to finish as an RB2 this year and has been more than fine to start for your fantasy team over the past few weeks. On a short week heading to Philly for Thursday night game, look for the team to continue to roll him out there as a primary workhorse and hopefully find the end zone once again. Our must-sit running backs for Week 6 are Miles Sanders, Ronald Jones, Devontae Booker, Sony Michel, Josh Jacobs. And our beware of the bust running back for Week 6 is Jamaal Williams versus Cincinnati. The narrative that Jamaal Williams and DeAndre Swift share a backfield is a false one. While the attempts may go to Williams more often when he is on the field respectively, the snap share paints a much clearer picture. Swift has seen double the snaps this year compared to Williams in 3 of 5 games, and it is evident that Swift is the more talented back. We've even heard the coaches say as much as that they want to give Swift more work. None of that spells out a bright future going forward for the former Packer, and very sneakily, the Bengals aren't the best matchup for running backs this year. Who would have thought we'd ever say that? Now onto the wide receiver position. Our must-start wide receivers for Week 6 are Brandon Cooks, Jamar Chase, Courtland Sutton, Tyler Boyd, Devonta Smith. And our under-the-radar wide receiver for Week 6 is Emmanuel Sanders at Tennessee. And today's crazy stat of the day is Emmanuel Sanders is seeing the field more often than star wide receiver Stephon Diggs. Now, it's only by 1 snap per game, but you get it. That's crazy. He has also logged 3 more touchdowns than Diggs, and it's clear that Allen and him have a connection that is a force to be reckoned with. Sanders is currently wide receiver 14, and I think he has a great shot to finish inside the top 20 this season. Going up against the Titans defense, giddy up in Week 6. Our must-sit wide receivers for Week 6 are Robbie Anderson, Henry Ruggs, Kenny Golladay, Kadarius Toney, Christian Kirk. And our beware of the bust wide receiver for Week 6 is A.J. Brown versus Buffalo. Through 5 weeks, A.J. Brown is wide receiver 77. Whoa. Now that is not the wide receiver you took in round 2 this year. Everyone besides Derrick Henry on this offense is struggling to get anything going, and that includes A.J. Brown. He has been consistently banged up on and off the field, going up against a very likely shadow covering Trey White for Buffalo this week. I don't think this is a get-right game for Brown or the Titans offense. Now on to the tight end position. Our must-start tight ends for Week 6 are Noah Fant, Dawson Knox, Hunter Henry, Tyler Higbee, Ricky Seals-Jones. And our under-the-radar tight end for Week 6 is Dalton Schultz at New England. Dalton Schultz, tight end 4. Tight end 4. You heard it here on Climb the Pocket, folks. Dalton Schultz is the tight end to own going forward in Dallas, people. He has seen 6+ targets in all but one game this season, including 8 in each of his last 2. Dak Prescott has eyes for him inside the last quarter of the field, and who doesn't want a piece of this offense right now? They are absolutely rolling. Even with the possibility of a healthy Michael Gallup coming back this week, Schultz is too hot to go away from right now. Start him with confidence in Week 6. Our must-sit tight ends for Week 6 are Jonnu Smith, Jared Cook, Robert Tonyan, Austin Hooper, Mo Alley Cox. And our beware the bust tight end for Week 6 is Evan Engram versus the Los Angeles Rams. Ingram's days as a fantasy superstar may have come and gone very quickly. Riddled by injuries his entire young career, the tight end made it back on the field in Week 3 and hasn't done much since. With Daniel Jones most likely sidelined this week after a nasty concussion in Week 5, the upside of Mike Glennon under center isn't something you want to take a shot on, even as a streamer tight end. Sit him on your bench this week. Thanks again for joining us on another edition of Start 'em Sit 'em here on the Climb the Pocket YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video for a chance to win the signed Deebo Samuel jersey, giving it away on Sunday Night Football, October 24th. Head over to my Twitter at Steve_CTP for more details on how to enter. Let's continue to make educated decisions and go get a W in Week 6.